James Kahn is one of the UK's most successful and dynamic entrepreneurs. He's now taking this first-hand knowledge on the road to mentor 6 of the UK's most vibrant small to medium-sized enterprises. Will the young companies make the change or stick to their ways? The business class begins here. This week, we start at the beginning with startup luxury e-tailer LuxFix. Let's look at the stats. Founded last year by ex-Goldman Sachs analyst Alice Hastings-Bass and digital marketing professional Rebecca Glenapp, the London-based luxury e-tailer is a members-only site which provides customers with exclusive discounts on current season fashion. LuxFix has 2 challenges. Now it's up to James Kahn and his industry experts to solve them.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Business Class. Joining us tonight in the studio to help advise LuxFix is Juliet Walkington, co-founder and CCO of Stylist Pick, and Thea Green, founder of Nails Inc. First up, let's find out more about LuxFix's co-founders and its business model.
We have a 2-tiered business model on LuxFix, where we generate revenues directly on luxfix.com and also via affiliate sales. Each week, we launch new pop-up deals on LuxFix, which are where designers give our members exclusive deals on their current season collections.
Leveraged our unique proposition to get some great brand recognition from both industry and press in the crowded online fashion marketplace. Our challenge now is to continue to maximise PR on a limited budget and also ensure we're driving traffic back to the website that converts into sales. How do we do this?
My own experience of PR really is you've got to find a hook. It's not always about the specific idea, it's the hook. What's the something tangible?
They're a great hook, and then I would encourage them to do interesting, quirky social media activity to really get the bloggers. I mean, we do it.
Our second key challenge is to manage the operational challenges of a growing business. Before we fundraise, we need to manage and prioritise our time as founders effectively. In the next stage, we need to make the right key hires to expand the business. What systems and processes do we need in place to keep on top of supplier management and customer service?
To own driving traffic to the site.
And actually, in today's environment, there's an awful lot of graduates coming out of university that actually know how to do that from their own experience. So they don't necessarily need to do a top hire there. The only thing I'd be...
One of the other things, Juliet, we could recommend is somebody on customer acquisition, but maybe bring in a sort of a non-executive on the finance side, because I think, Thea's got a financial background, I think would be really useful. So maybe having like a non-exec or an advisor on the board on the financial side and actually hiring somebody dedicated on customer acquisition.
Absolutely, because hopefully if you can bring a non-exec in, they'll be doing it in a mentoring state, so it possibly isn't going to cost as much as it would if they were going to have to go out and pay for someone. And really,
if they were raising, let's say, 250,000 very quickly, how much equity do you think they should give up for that?
I think that if they were doing it with angel investors, they're probably looking at something between 25%, but in an aggressive marketplace, they could even be giving up away as much as 50%. You'd hope they'd be around.
Alice and Rebecca are in the building and have been listening to our discussions, but will they agree on what we've said and make the changes necessary? Let's find out. So, Rebecca and Alice, you've been listening to us in the studio. What are your thoughts? Alice?
Lots of really interesting ideas for us to take away and think about. I guess my first question was one for Thea, but I'd be really interested to hear a bit about your experience with non-executive directors and sort of how you came about them. Were they sort of your angel investors, and what sort of areas did you find they were particularly helpful with?
Ideally, what you want in a non-exec is someone that's been through what you are about to embark on that you haven't been through. So that's somebody that once a month sit around a table and talk about long-term, and in the cold light of day be honest about your business. Having somebody there that's actually...
And the amount of money that you might need to raise and what you may have to give up to raise that money. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought that it was very simple. We are definitely going to be looking for between 250 and 500,000. I mean, we're...
Thoughts? I mean, I think a good proposition, I think a highly competitive market, but a very crowded market. I think the key focus for the business needs to be focusing on that customer acquisition. To me, you can have the best site in the world, the best product in the world, but if nobody's buying it, it's not working. So I think the key message from me is get that customer acquisition strategy in place, get that brand out there, get blogging, get media, get marketing, and make sure that we get that revenue flowing in. Because when you're then looking to raise money, you're raising money on real value. Well, that's all we've got time for this week, but please join us next week when the founders of QuickScreen enter the business class.
It was just absolutely amazing to have the opportunity to brainstorm with them about the issues that they'd raised, having seen information about the company, and to hear more about their thoughts, and then to go away with really defined thoughts about how we can take action on those points.